Edward Thorndike by Alexa Estridge. Edward Thorndike was born on August 31st, 1874 in Williamsburg, Massachusetts. He died on August 9th, 1949. He received his undergraduate degree from Western University and began his graduate work at Harvard. By age 23, he completed his PhD from Columbia University. Thorndike taught at Teachers College at Columbia University in 1899 and retired in 1940. His career focused largely on evaluating the learning process and testing intelligence. He published his famous book, Animal Intelligence. In this, he argued that we study animal behavior, not animal consciousness, for the ultimate purpose of controlling behavior. He was referred to as father of modern educational psychology and became president of American Psychological Association in 1912. Thorndike has 3 laws of learning: the law of readiness, the law of exercise, and the law of effect. The law of readiness implies the degree of preparedness and eagerness to learn. When an individual is ready to learn, then that individual learns more effectively. The law of exercise is things that are most often repeated are best remembered. And the law of effect is based on the emotional reaction and motivation of the student. Learning is strengthened with pleasant or satisfying feeling, while unpleasant feelings tend to do otherwise. Thorndike was most known for his development of the law of effect. This theory is in regards of reward and punishment on learning. He conducted some of the first laboratory investigations on animal intelligence. Thorndike first experimented the law of effect theory by using hungry cats and placing them in a puzzle box and observing their actions. He believed learning occurred through trial and error. At first, the cats made many responses, many of them were wrong or ineffective, and eventually repeated those that got desirable results and were rewarded when they were able to push a lever and escape. The object of the puzzle box experiment was that the cat was put in a box with food in sight. The cat must operate a lever or latch that is keeping the door of the box shut in order to be set free to get its reward, the fish. The cat initially explores the box and at first fails to escape. The cat does things like scratch at the bars, dig at the door, and pushes on the ceiling and eventually tugs on the latch, which then opens the door and the cat is rewarded with the fish. When the cat was put back in the box, it went through the same series of incorrect responses before pushing the lever. As the experiment went on, the cat progressively got quicker at escaping to where it didn't go through those series of incorrect responses and went straight to the latch. Thorndike then came up with his law of effect that states, of several responses made to the same situation, those which are accompanied or closely followed by satisfaction will be more likely to recur. Those that promote discomfort or unsatisfying results will not reoccur. This led to his theory of connectionism, and how in situations there is a connection with a stimulus and response. If the stimulus and response is followed by a positive consequence, then the connection between the stimulus and response is strengthened. If a stimulus and response is followed by a negative consequence, then the connection between the stimulus and response is weakened. Thorndike informs much of what we know about operant conditioning and behaviorism. Thorndike posited that learning was merely a change in behavior as a result of consequence, and that if an action brought a reward, it was stamped into the mind and available for recall later. The law of effect is a key component of behaviorism. It does not account for internal states. It relies solely on what can be observed in human behavior.